you're being honest, do you actually think chopping up a carrot is equal to slitting someone's throat?
The way I look at it, it's if you want to consider all animals the same, then you have to consider plants part of life also. Animals, us eating animals, I think that's normal, you know? I don't think it's inhumane. Animals kill each other too.
They do it out of necessity though. They do it in survival situations.
I mean, humans were born not herbivores, omnivores, right?
We're herbivores.
Huh?
We are herbivores. We have got used to eating animal products, so our body has got used to it.
Time, we were killing animals to eat them, right?
Well, at that
we
time,
evolved to farmers, we were
yeah, but at that
hunter-gatherer.
time, that was the only thing they had. They didn't have supermarkets to go shopping and.
No,
you
they're
know?
hunter and gatherers, so they would gather things from trees, but they would also try to kill animals.
That's right.
Yeah.
But they used to do it to survive because that was the only option they had. But in a modern society where we have money to go to the supermarket or to restaurants and buy products, we get to make that choice. You have the option to eat animals and support these industries, or you can eat plants.
I understand, but I don't see why I gotta stop eating meat, you know?
So you said you enjoy the taste of meat.
Yeah.
Do you think if you enjoy doing something and in the process somebody else is being harmed, does that make it morally okay for you to continue doing it because you take pleasure out of it?
I mean, there's a lot of things we do to harm everything, so where do you draw that line? I understand you want to draw with animals, but same thing, you kill plants, you don't consider a plant life the same as an animal life.
Yeah, but if you're being honest, do you actually think chopping up a carrot is equal to slitting someone's throat?
The way I look at it, it's if you want to consider all animals the same, then you have to consider plants part of life also.
Do you think animals are closer to us or to plants?
Evolution-wise?
Yeah. Do you think they get to experience pain, different emotions, they get to express themselves?
From the reading that I've done, animals do, plants do experience pain.
They do respond to stimulation, like sunlight and things like that.
No, even when you cut a plant, it's been shown that
They grow back, right?
not only do they grow back, but it's been shown that they feel the pain.
So they grow back. But if you cut my head, I'm not going to grow another head. They do respond to stimulation. They don't necessarily have a nervous system or a brain to, for example, feel pain and go through different emotions and experience what we can experience as humans. Because, I don't know if you have a dog or a
wide
cat.
spectrum from animals, wide spectrum. Some animals don't have a nervous system.
Which animals?
Some sort of fish, I'm assuming.
They do have a nervous system.
I'm not sure if it's every single fish.
They actually have nerve endings on their skin. So a lot of people think fish don't feel pain, but actually they do. All animals have a nervous system and they do have a brain. And even if there are animals out there that we're not sure about, like clams and things like that, wouldn't it be better to stay on the safe side and just avoid eating them? Because a plant never screams at you and tries to get away, but these animals do. They try to get away.
Animals, for example, they eat each other. It's part of life, right? Are you guys gonna stop animals from killing each other too?
If a lion would stand here and listen to me and have a conversation, yeah.
No, not that.
But that's not practical.
No, forcing them. Like you can force them the same way you guys wanna.
We're not forcing anyone.
Are you guys also supporting stopping animals from eating live bait or meat, forcing them to eat only
because we
grass?
have a higher moral agency than animals. So us as humans, we can actually make a decision consciously to support this or not to support this. We can't do the same, we can't expect the same from animals.
No, I'm not asking you to talk to the lion. I'm saying you can do this, you can block up lions also and force them to only eat food that's grass-based, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you do that?
I don't know if that's a practical solution, to be honest. I don't know if that's going to be...
Because then you would destroy their habitat, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So same thing for humans, you know?
But it's not the same thing for humans, because that's their habitat. This is where we live. Look at us.
That person has a leather purse next to them. No?
It's vegan leather, synthetic leather. Have you never heard of it?
I've heard of leather, but
Yeah, so that's it. It's either synthetic or nowadays they make leather out of pineapple and mushrooms and things like that, so it's vegetable based, so it's better for the environment. Because you know, cow skin doesn't go away. If you get rid of your leather shoes or leather bags, they're not going to go away. They're just going to stay forever because they're treated so heavily.
meaning it's not biodegradable?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's right. So what you're watching right now, would you say that's wrong?
Look, there's a lot of things that are wrong, but
Well, do you have to participate in it? There is everything going on in the world, like kids are being raped, but do I have to participate in that just because there's evil?
sure, but then same thing could be said, you're focused on animals, but there's so many things happening with humans, or so many humans are suffering. Why
Yeah.
are you allocating so much money towards saving animals
Well,
while
I'm
not saving
passionate-
people that are poor, or people that live in impoverished areas,
I understand.
or millions of other things that, in my opinion, you know,
I think
more
everything is important. I
Humans
think
or
it's
animals.
absolutely. I think it's important to talk about all the issues. There are so many human rights organizations, the human rights movement, all the different sections.
Not even human rights aside, I'm just saying in general, my thing is, it's like, I love animals, but
But you're eating them.
yeah, I am, you know, but
How can you kill someone that you love?
that's the way life is, you know.
Would you say that about a human that you love? If somebody you love,
Not an
a
animal.
human, got killed, you wouldn't be as cool about it, would you? If you love someone, you wouldn't be killing them or paying someone else to kill them. But I just want to answer your question that you asked before. You know, we focus on animal rights, but animal rights is the smallest movement. We don't have enough people to speak up for the animals, and they are the most suppressed. This has been going on for the longest. And the number of animals that are killed for all the different industries that exploit them and kill them, it's so huge. It doesn't compare to any other injustice. But then there's other movements, the human rights movement, they can keep going. They can go to the protests while they eat a vegan diet, while they eat vegan food, they wear vegan leather, and they don't exploit animals. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I can speak up for human rights issues and do this at the same time.
Nah, you can't do both, because money,
can.
everything's about money at the end of the day, you know. So you guys are taking money, and your main goal is,
We're not taking money. We're not asking for money.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of all
This
this?
is a non-for-profit.
It's not for profit, but you guys rely on donations in order to create movements.
We have sponsors that want to give us their money so that we can sustain ourselves, but we don't ask the public for donations unless they want to give it to us. And the money that we receive will only be enough for us to keep
Oh,
going.
no, I'm not talking about profit-wise. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
I understand raising awareness and everything like that, but what if you took that and raised more awareness to a bigger issue, you know, regarding
But there are other
humans?
people that are already doing that.
Yeah, but still.
So you don't think these animals need a voice?
No, I think they need a voice, but I think the way I look at things, what's the most important thing that is going on for humans in general as a society? What can we do to become better for ourselves? Number one thing is get rid of people that are poor, get rid of homelessness, everything else. So I consider that a bigger goal than animals. I can't say that a human and an animal life is the same. Do you think that a human life and animal life is the same?
In what capacity?
Just in general, I guess. I don't know. What do you mean by capacity?
Well, we're not asking for the animals to be equal to us so that they can vote and
yeah.
stuff.
No,
but
not that, but I'm saying-
we don't want them to be killed and exploited
understand.
for
Yeah, I
us to
understand.
live.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that talking about human rights issues is more important or less important. I just think it's good that we have people that are speaking up for whatever injustice is going on.
I agree with that.
And you can do that while you're doing this. So being a vegan is a non-action. You're not actually doing something.
Yeah,
Being
you're
an
not stopping
activist
the
like what we're
animals.
doing, yes, you are doing something, you're speaking up for them, but you can be vegan and you can be a human rights activist. It doesn't have to be one.
I know you can do both,
Yeah.
but I just meant if this is like a group, you know, like whatever resources or effort you're putting in, if everybody was centered as one thing at once, you can tackle it and get it done, you know, then people can move on to something else. But when you have so many different groups doing so many different things, in reality, not much is changing.
It is changing though. You know, the gay
Obviously-wise.
rights is changing.
No, I'm not talking about, you know, gay rights, you know, to me.
Well, that's a
gay
human
rights-
right issue,
yeah,
for example.
That's fine, and I think that's great, but what percentage of people living are gay, you know?
I'm not sure.
Maybe a couple a small percentage point, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking of humans in general. I'm not just thinking of.
Well, that's why we focus on this,
this
because everyone participates in this at least 3 times a day. And that's why this is such an important cause, and we find it important and we want to focus on it because every single human being participates in this. I don't participate in other injustices. For example, what's happening in another country like Syria.
Yeah,
You know, I don't support that, but I used to support this. So that's why we like to focus on it, because the majority of people are funding these industries. Does that make sense?
My question is, like, you raise awareness, but at the end of the day, the company's not going to make changes.
Well, it's creating demand for these products that is funding it. So every time you go to the restaurant and you buy one of these products or to the supermarket, you're funding them. Next time when you go and buy a vegan product, you're taking your money away from these industries and you're supporting something else.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think realistically, that's
It
such
will
a
be
hard
a slow.
task.
It will be a slow process, and we're understanding of that. We do have to do it though, because we won't have a planet to live on if we keep going like this.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, economically, if you guys made kale or spinach more cheaper than it is now, you know, or you made that, like, if I'm going to a vegan shop, I'm paying $15 for a salad. You know, I'm going to a burger, I'm paying $10 for a burger.
You can get a $10 burger.
Huh?
You can get a $10 burger, vegan burger.
No, and what I'm saying is, a lot of vegan food is the price point for a vegan food is way too high.
Look, some of them
It's gotta
might be
cheaper.
expensive,
Yeah.
but with other food as well, you can go to a restaurant and get a burger that's $10. The other place sells it for $20. So
But there's much more option, I think, for meat or meat products. That
because
are cheaper.
I think it's just
mass-produced,
2% of the population that's vegan. It's very small, so
Yeah,
obviously we don't have as many.
Exactly. Yeah.
But veganism is not necessarily more
And the damage
expensive.
that you would do is if you had more people buy vegan, you know, then it would be cheaper, you know, in general. But you would need much more people to consume vegan, you know.
And that's why we're educating people on this, because again, we're creating demand for it, for the products. Yeah, just give me 5 minutes.
All right,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you got it.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you.
I'll just give you a card if you like. Would you
Yeah,
like to
sure.
look into it?
I don't mind, yeah.
If I can just point at one thing, just that one speech, it's really powerful.
This
I
one?
recommend watching it. The best speech. You can watch it on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Thank
It was
you very
really
much.
nice talking
Yeah.
to you. Take care.